What made you realize how broken the system really is? My daughter got rejected from every college she applied to, including community college. Her best friend got into Harvard with worse grades. My daughter Emma had a 4.2 GPA, perfect attendance, and volunteered at the animal shelter every weekend for 3 years. Her SAT score was 1420. She played varsity soccer and was student council treasurer. We applied to 12 schools, including our local community college, as a safety. Emma got rejected from all of them. Every single one. Her best friend Sophia got into Harvard, Yale, and Stanford. Sophia had a 3.8 GPA and an SAT score of 1380. Don't get me wrong, Sophia's smart, but Emma's stats were clearly better. Maybe I'm just not good enough, Emma said, crying in her room. I was confused and heartbroken. Something didn't make sense. That's when I started digging into Emma's applications. I called the guidance counselor, Mrs. Peterson, to ask what happened. Oh, Emma's applications were fine, she said. Sometimes these things just don't work out. But she got rejected from community college. That doesn't happen. Mrs. Peterson got quiet. Well, there might have been some issues with her recommendation letters. What kind of issues? I really can't discuss specifics. I hung up and immediately called the community college admissions office. Can you tell me why my daughter was rejected? Let me pull her file, the admissions officer said. Oh, well, her recommendation letter raised some concerns. What concerns? The letter mentioned disciplinary issues and questioned her character. My stomach dropped. Emma had never been in trouble a day in her life. Can I see a copy of that letter? I'll email it to you. The letter was from Mrs. Peterson. It said Emma was disruptive in class, had anger management issues, and was not college material. None of that was true. This woman had destroyed my daughter's future with lies. I drove to the school immediately and demanded to see the principal. There's been a mistake, I told him, showing the letter. This isn't my daughter. He read it and frowned. This is very concerning. Let me investigate. 2 days later, he called me back. I've reviewed Emma's records. She's never had a single disciplinary issue. This letter appears to be inaccurate. Appears to be? It's completely false. I'll speak with Mrs. Peterson immediately. The next day, Mrs. Peterson called me. I may have gotten Emma confused with another student, she said. Confused? You've been her counselor for 3 years. These things happen. I'll send corrected letters to all the colleges. But here's where it gets really messed up. I found out later that Mrs. Peterson's daughter applied to the same colleges as Emma. Her daughter had a 3.1 GPA and got into 5 schools. I also learned that Sophia's mom donated $50,000 to the high school last year, and Mrs. Peterson got promoted to district coordinator right after graduation. When I confronted Mrs. Peterson about sabotaging Emma's applications, she denied everything. I would never do such a thing, she said. It must have been an honest mistake. But I'd already made copies of everything. The false recommendation letter, the donation records, the promotion announcement. I posted it all on the school district's Facebook page. Guidance counselor sabotages students' college applications while helping friends and donors get their kids into better schools. The post went viral in our town within hours. Parents started sharing their own stories about Mrs. Peterson playing favorites. The local newspaper picked up the story. The school board launched an investigation. They found that Mrs. Peterson had been taking consulting fees from wealthy families to write better recommendation letters. She'd also been deliberately sabotaging applications from students whose families couldn't pay. Mrs. Peterson was fired and lost her education license. The district had to send corrected letters to hundreds of colleges for affected students. Emma reapplied everywhere and got into 7 schools, including her dream school. She starts at UCLA in the fall, but here's what really bothers me. How many other kids had their futures destroyed by people like Mrs. Peterson? Sometimes the system isn't just broken. Sometimes the people running it are actively corrupt.